So I'm starting with that.
Okay, cool. So just yeah.
Hello? Hello? Hi. Good to see all of you all. Something's coming up in a few days. Huh? Anyone? Sorry. Joel. Thank you, Joel. Valentine's Day. Now, Valentine's Day is about love. Wow. Okay, so you all have to love me a little now because we're having a bit of a technical glitch. So it's going to take a little time, and I'm starting with that. So if you all can wait,
Yes.
please.
Yes.
Sorry about this. Yeah? So in the meantime, what are the plans for Valentine's Day? Anyone? Aaron put his hand up. Sorry. Sorry? But now you got a new love, no? The car. You spend the day in the car. All day. Yeah. Any luck, Kus? Okay. Okay. Joke. Anyone knows the joke? WhatsApp? You must be having some WhatsApp jokes on your phone. Oh, maybe I'll tell you one. We were playing Truth and Dare for breakfast today with my kids. And my son wanted to dare, he got that thing, he had to dare me. Sorry, it was my turn, so he had to dare me to do something. And guess what he said? Dada, become little less fat. Reduce. So please become thin. So like, okay. So thank you, Gustav, for that song. Felt loved. But yeah, he was very innocently asking for his.
Gustav also said that
Yeah, very.
it started.
Okay. Cool. So maybe I'll just try and get into it. All of us have this longing for love, right? Agree? All of us have this longing to be loved, right? And this is something which has been there for ages. People have been singing about it, and it's just part of who we are. And there's different ways in which people have expressed this desire for love. Now, I'm going to take a chance, and since that's not playing, I'm going to try and sing those songs. I need love. You know this song? NSYNC. I didn't even know this song, but I need love, something like that goes. But basically the song talks about I need love. And then you have the one, I want to know what love is. I want you to show me. Everybody's got a hungry heart. Have you heard that? Bruce Springsteen. Okay, for the younger ones. inside was blank. They didn't know what was happening. The problem is I don't know these songs, yeah. That's why I put them on it. Anyways, there's a song called Give Me Love by Ed Sheeran. Give me mama, give me love, lover, give me love, something. But give me love. Right? And and I would do anything for love. Now don't tell me you haven't heard that. Yeah. He goes to the extent that I'll go back into hell and come back.
But I won't do that.
But I won't do that. I'm telling you, I heard that song and I'm trying to figure out what is this that? What is this that? Anyways. Now I would do anything for love. Okay, so I mean, some people get so desperate where they start singing, I want a cool rider, a cool rider. Grease? No? You don't know Grease? Movie Grease, yeah. Okay, so this is again my time. Sorry. And then there's another one which is very old. It's not even my time. It's before that. I can get no satisfaction. So, and the song says it so beautifully. It says, and I try, and I try, and I try, but I just can't get no. And this is a man who's done it all, as in drugs, music, sex, alcohol, everything. Right? I don't condone any of these songs. I don't say they're right or wrong. But what I'm trying to say is there is this burning desire and this need for love. And it's evident. We don't have to spell it out. Jim Carrey was quoted saying, I think everyone should become rich and famous and do everything they ever dreamed of, so that they can see that that's not the answer. Right? That that's not the answer. Now, you know, when I was younger, I mean 7th standard, that's when I realized I had this need for love. And so I went seeking for love in the opposite sex. And I would look at someone and say, oh man, she's the one I'm going to marry. 7th standard. And I would do things, crazy things, really, really, really crazy things. Eventually, things would not work out. I mean, for the first good 5 years, I think none of them even looked at me. And so I would wonder, why is his nose so round and fat? And anyways, later, once I got into a relationship and whatever, and again, breakups, and there was this, I didn't know what it was, but I just kept going for it. And every time it didn't work out, I would land up singing, must have been love, but it's over now. You ever heard that song? Yeah. But really, some of us used to get together, we used to play for a band, we used to go to this guy's grandmother's house, and every time there was a breakup, we would sing all these sad songs. I put a dim light on and sing these sad songs. Anyways, the point is there was hurt, there was pain. There was this deep longing for love. Really, really desperately. And when I found Jesus, wow, that was awesome. And it hasn't, the beautiful thing is he just keeps surprising me more and more day by day. And that is so beautiful. And I know that he's not going to leave me. But we are all looking for this something more. We're all looking for this desire, for this love. The irony of it is, it's not wrong. It's put there by God Himself. Why? So that we go looking for, when I was preparing for this session, I came across a video, and Jackie Francois, she's one of the ladies who does sessions on theology of the body. She talks about Adam and Eve. Adam? I know he's ancient, but we all know about him, right? Adam. When God created Adam, the second story of creation says, he was not yet created. Adam was looking for a suitable mate in the animals. So he was going to the giraffe and saying, okay, sorry. And then he went to the elephant. Oh, no way, I'm not even going close. But literally, the scripture says that. He went because God had placed that longing in his heart there. And God said he must not be alone. And he brought Eve into the picture. And then he said, this is very good. So this longing in our hearts is placed by God himself. Right? And then sin came in, and then that satisfaction that Adam got through Eve, even that wasn't there. Until today, for those of us who are married, I'm sure we will say that we are not completely satisfied, are we? Which means our spouses will never be able to satisfy us. Because that longing can be only satisfied by God himself. Pope John Paul wrote Theology of the Body. Saint Pope John Paul II wrote Theology of the Body. I think it's a collection of various teachings and that he did. But the entire synopsis of scripture and all the teachings of the church is that we were made for union. We are made for union. And a union which is deep, fulfilling, and lasting. So this longing in our hearts is put there by God for us to be in union with him. And no matter what you do, or where you go, or who you go to, if you don't go to him, it's not going to happen. She quotes this Jackie Francois, she tells us a story about Christopher West. Christopher West is another speaker who speaks, he's a very, very good Catholic speaker. And apparently he went for dinner with his wife and he told his wife, honey, you do not satisfy me. And his wife turned back to him and said, honey, you do not satisfy me. And we hear, some of us, or at least I thought when I was single, once I get married, dude, I'm done. Literally, I'm done. You know, they have that rare and, steaks, they have rare and well done. No. Why do people get married? To be? Bolo na. Don't know? To be loved, yes. What else? To have a family. Yes. And so that, basically all this, so that I can be? Happy.
God says I will find a woman, find a good thing.
Sorry?
God says, anyone that find a woman, find a good thing. That is it.
Oh, lovely. Anyone who finds a woman finds a good thing. Lovely. That's a nice one. Okay, I wish I knew that earlier. Anyways, but we get married because we just want to be happy, right? Pope John Paul says, the primary purpose of marriage is not to make you happy, it is to make you holy. So the other day my wife called me and asked me, am I making you happy? I said, no, you're making me holy. And she was quite happy that I said that also. But that's the truth. If you're single and you think that I'm going to get married, I'm going to be happy, forget about it. Your deepest desires can't be met by that person, huh? For sure. At least from my experience, from what this lady has said, through all her counseling, Pope John Paul himself says it, who's met thousands of young couples. Marriage, your primary goal is not happiness, it is holiness. And so, when two broken people come together and they rub against each other, there is pain. And there are so many divorces today because everyone thinks it's supposed to be a happy place. Right? And then they divorce, oh no, I'm not happy, chalo, let me walk out. But it's meant to make you holy. Holy so that you can be united with Himself. The ultimate union. The deepest, most lasting union. I've just lost my tie. I've not looked at my paper, so I don't know where I am. The problem is, we keep, like Gustav said, we keep looking at things. We forget that we are loved. We forget that we are sought after. God is looking for you. He came into the garden after Adam sinned and He said, Adam, where are you? Where are you? I want to love you. Where are you? And in anguish, I am guessing, God would have said, what did you do? In pain, He would have, what did you do? After because they covered themselves. So God straight away, God obviously knew, what did you do? But God didn't give up. He did not give up. He came after us and He comes after us now. He comes with all that He has. The problem is we are distracted. From the time we are small, we are watching these fairy tales, Beauty and the Beast, and this Hindi movies where the guy gets 50 bullets and he still walks to his loved one, takes her home, gets married and lives happily ever after. He does so much for love because that's the ultimate goal. Get that woman or get that man. The fairy tale. I'll go across whatever mountains and I will get married to that Prince Charming. And I'll be happily ever after. And so we've grown up with this in our minds that this is the end. Marriage is all we need in life. And then reality bites. And it bites hard. And then we wonder. So while I was preparing, these really gave me hope. Because it told me my marriage was not meant for happiness. So straight away my misconception went off. It's meant for my holiness. So now I'm not blaming my wife. Or she doesn't have to blame me. Because what's happening between us, if it's painful, it's for me to grow in holiness. It's not because she doesn't love me. No. But it's for me to grow in holiness. So it's awesome. Then marriage becomes an awesome place to be. Because it is leading you towards the destination, your final destination. For me, I think it was Grease, the movie that none of you have watched. The movie is about this group of girls, pink ladies, and this group of guys, T-birds, I think it's something they're called, and they're all bikers. And I was very small, I was at a very impressional age. And they used to show it in these places and we used to go and watch it. PGI, it's called Pune Goan Institute. And we used to go and, oh my goodness, if I have that bike, I can get that girl and I'll be, so we didn't have bikes, we had cycles. So what we would do is take cigarette packets, put them on that side of the cycle. And so every time that spoke of the cycle, cycles have spokes, it would go past that. It used to make that noise. You understand? Yeah. So there's that wheel and there's this thing coming around and it goes. And we thought we were cool riders. And opposite was the girls' school. So go past the girls' school up and down. Oh my goodness. But we get distracted by all this nonsense. And society has built it that way. This is the world, has taught us that. All the songs tell us that. I know, I want you, you'll make me you'll satisfy me, you'll do this, you'll do that. Dude, doesn't happen. In reality, doesn't happen. Union between man and woman is profound, is meant to be profound. Because it is the one thing that points us to the union that we are called to with God Himself. Besides marriage, you have the Eucharist. And that is the place where you get a glimpse and you will experience this deep union. After I repented of so many of my sins and I tried to start walking and getting closer to God, every Mass was a healing experience. Every Mass. And some of you all would share the same. Every Mass was a healing experience because I can tell you this, I was not best prepared for Mass. But yet if I just went there and said, Lord, I'm sorry that I have not prepared myself, but you know I need you more than anything else. You know I have done all this nonsense, but I need to receive you because without you I am nothing. And every Mass has been a healing experience and it is fantastic. It is just fantastic. It is a glimpse of the ultimate union we're going to have. So, Adam and Eve were the first marriage. Okay? We're going through the Bible and all this stuff happens, and at the end of the Bible, what happens? Anyone knows? Revelations. What happens in the Revelations? What's the final thing? It's the marriage between the Lamb and the church. Christ marrying His bride, the church. Who are the church? You and me. What was the first miracle Jesus did? The wedding of Cana. He turned the water to wine. He was pointing them to the new wine, which is His blood, that will enable us to have the union of marriage with Him. He wants to marry you and me. Dude, He wants to marry you and me. It's not a joke. It's not a fable. It's not a fairy tale. It is the truth. Whether you like it or not, He still wants it. The question is, where are you and I? As guys, it may be a little difficult for us to be a bride, just to get into that psyche. But just let that go, dude. Let that go. Allow yourself to be His bride. Allow yourself to be married to Him. Take your pride off the shelf. He wants to be union. St. Augustine says beautifully, he said, you called, you shouted into my deafness. You called, you shouted, and you broke through my deafness. You flashed, you shone, and you dispelled my blindness. You breathed your fragrance on me. I drew in breath, and now I pant for you. I have tasted you. Now I hunger and thirst for more. You touched me, and I burned for your peace. Too late have I come to you, O beauty, both so ancient and so new. Too late have I loved you, and behold, you're with me all the time. You are with me all the time. So Jesus is with you all the time. He was there when you were treated like nothing by people before in your life. He says you shouted, you called, and I was deaf because I was so distracted by everything that was around me. Oh, I thought this relationship would work and it'll satisfy me. Oh, I thought, and then I've lost sight of God. Oh, this job, dude, I'm getting salary, I'm going to come home later, I'm going to work really hard. This is going to keep me good. And I get distracted and I lose track, like Gustav said. We just get distracted of the fact that there is one who is longing to come after us. You know what? It's easier for us to settle for something than to choose what's right. right? अरे छोड़ो यार, चल, it's okay. I'll get married to it. Someone's getting married to me, chalo. So let's get it done with here. It's easier for us to settle than to choose what is right. Okay, if I can't experience God's intimacy, chalega yaar. Anyways, I have these other things that keep me going. What's the big deal? It's easier to settle. We're so afraid of being alone, some of us. And in marriage also you can be alone. Huh? You can be very alone. Especially when your son says, become thin. I said, these are realities. In my heart I'm thinking, Lord, wow. I know he doesn't mean anything. But I know he expects so much from me. So you feel alone. And we prefer to be alone. Okay, I'll deal with it. And sometimes as singles we're so afraid to be alone, we just, at least I have someone to say that they're my boyfriend. Valentines Day I can say I went with someone. Someone gave me a rose or whatever, chocolate or all those things. But Christ has amazing plans for you and me. Jeremiah 29:11. I know the plans I have for you. Plans for your good, not to harm you. He knows, talking about my life, just a simple example. So I kept going after this love that I was looking for, and the one I got married to came looking for me. So God had this plan right from the start. And if I, like a nut, had to go after all these things, get hurt, and hurt others and get into sinful situations, for what? Only if I had to wait. Thank God that He's merciful. Thank God of His mercy. And I can come to Him again now and say, Lord, take me as I am. And look at what He's done to my life. I'm blessed. And He's done to so many of our lives. So it's not, sorry if it seems like I'm talking, but there's so many of our lives that are blessed over here. When you're secure in God's love, that's when you start giving. But if you're not secure, you grab. So even in marriage, or whether you're single, be secure in the love of the one who's coming after you, who loves you like a lover, and He wants you to love Him like that. You may think that you're not good enough. He's God, He's perfect. It doesn't work with me, man. I can't do this. He's just a bit too far from me. He's up there. I can't imagine it. And who am I? I'm nothing. I can't be a saint. No. It's too difficult. Saint Faustina beautifully says very simply, the greater the sinner, the greater the right to my mercy. Christ has asked her to tell us this. The greater the sinner, the greater the right to my mercy. The greater the right to my mercy. This is the key, guys. Our bridegroom is coming to take us. Our Valentine is coming to ask us, will you be my Valentine? Not just on that day, but for eternity. Gustav, is that working? That one last video, we are the reason. And he doesn't come with roses or chocolates. This video that I've downloaded may have a few graphics from Passion of the Christ. So it may be a bit graphic for some of you all. So I'm preparing you all for that. If you all are people who can't take that kind of stuff, just be aware, okay? No matter what or where you are, Christ is coming to you now. And He's coming. He has come in this way. This Lent, remember your Valentine is waiting to be united with you for eternity. It's for you to say yes or no. He loves you and he wants you to be his lover and he wants to be your lover. Once you experience that love, you will not crave so much. Okay? Let's watch this.